And good evening, Southeast Texas. We're going to let a few minutes pass us by here and let everybody get on our app and join us. And we'll just talk a few minutes about what we expect to occur. Obviously, you saw what happened in Austin and Dallas this afternoon, and that's just a little bit of freezing rain. Remember back in the early 2000s, maybe 08 or 09, a similar situation, only had a trace of freezing rain on the Purple Heart Memorial Bridge, and we had a chain reaction similar to that. So that's why freezing rain is so debilitating as far as traffic, and that's looking more likely coming up on Monday that we are going to see an ice storm across Southeast Texas, unfortunately. A little bit too early to tell, in my opinion, whether or not we will equal or surpass what we did in 1997. And that year we picked up what, in January of 97, picked up anywhere between 1/4 and 1.25 inches of freezing rain. Hopefully we don't see that. Just remember how the ice went on for 2 or 3 days, and you hear that branch crack, and all the ice would fall as the branch fell to the ground. How many times did we hear that in Southeast Texas? Again, continuing to wait for more people. Yeah, let's go into video and show that. And yeah, that's some of the multi-car pileup over in Fort Worth. I think 6 people lost their lives in that. And then, I don't know, multiple cars also towards Austin this afternoon. Again, people, you need to drive for the conditions. You know, it's not speed up when it's raining, it's slow down. That's why people hydroplane. Same thing with this. People need to slow down. And unfortunately, people lost their lives today. So with that, we are expecting the advent of freezing rain coming up as we head towards Sunday night into Monday morning. And we're going to go ahead and start with our forecast. But right now, you've got, let's see, we've got tomorrow, we've got the weekend. That's 3 days before we get the freezing rain, and then 4 days before we have to deal with a maybe a historic cold temperature, record low temperatures coming up Tuesday morning. So this means you're probably going to have to turn off the water and wrap everything, because I expect temperatures to be well down into the teens. It's been a while since we've seen that. And don't forget your furry friends. You'll need to bring them in. Plants, we're going to lose a lot of bushes, kind of like what we saw in 09, I believe it was. And of course, please be careful heating your homes, space heaters. Make sure the elderly have warm heating, I should say. All right, we're just basically going to review here of what I did earlier this evening. Nothing has changed in my mind. Still expecting freezing rain primarily and sleet. Could it be more? It depends on a nose of warm air between 5 and 10,000 feet. If you were to take a plane trip, the air at the ground would be colder than it would be at 5,000, between 5 and 10,000 feet. So the snow starts at the cloud level, it falls through that warm layer, melts, and then only to fall and then reach the ground where it's freezing or below that. And that's why we get ice over everything. So again, we expect this midnight Monday through the morning hours and late afternoon. If this materializes, we're going to have icy roads and we're going to have power outages. Right now, we're forecasting anywhere between 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch. Could it be less? Yes. Could it be more? Yes. Put things in perspective, in 97, if you're with us then, we had anywhere from 1/4 to 1.25 inches of freezing rain over power lines, on houses, on cars, on roads. Hopefully we don't see anything like that, but this is going to be serious icing across Southeast Texas. So again, this is one model, and it shows as much as 1/2 inch or less of icing across the area. Now this is going to change. We've got 3 days before this comes to fruition, okay, and materializes. So again, these models are all going to, it all depends on where these bands set up, and these models are going to bounce all over the place. So right now, I'm not willing to go any more than about 1/2 inch, maybe 3/4 inch, and that's That's probably too heavy right now. But as I've been showing for days, European, GFS both say freezing rain and sleet. And the other issue is temperatures. Much better agreement as far as significantly colder weather coming up Sunday and Monday. Monday, much better agreement. These models were all over the place. So that leads you to see, the models have a real tough time handling very shallow cold air masses. Let me see if I can find that graphic real quick. But the deal is that we were talking about different types of precipitation, like rain, freezing rain, sleet, snow. There's even something called graupel. And let me see if I can find that graphic. And there it is. And I'm going to drag it into my show so that you can see it. But the deal is that these different types of different types of precipitation are due to the thermal profile in the atmosphere. And you're like, what does that mean? Well, let me get to it. Why aren't we, everybody says, I want snow, and I do too, but I do not want this. This is the worst kind of winter weather that you can have. Okay, here's the ground. Here are 4 different types of thermal profiles. You know, like your nose, this is a profile, okay? We're looking at the ground to the cloud layer. All 4 scenarios, okay? Every type of precipitation starts out at the cloud layer as snow. If the temperature at the clouds to the ground is all at or below freezing, you're going to have snow reach the ground. With rain, you start off with snow, then those snowflakes hit temperatures that are above freezing and they melt, okay, all the way to the ground as raindrops. With freezing rain, you start off with snowflakes. The snowflakes hit that warmer or above freezing layer, they melt. Then maybe around 2,000 feet, this is very shallow, from 2,000 feet to the ground, maybe freezing, and that raindrop refreezes over everything. With sleet, the layer is a little bit what we call thicker or deeper. So we start off with snow, it goes through that melting layer or warm layer, it becomes raindrops, and then goes down into a deeper cold layer where it gives it enough time to refreeze as little BBs or ice pellets. Okay, so these models have a real tough time with situations like that, okay? So that's what we're dealing with right now. So you've got freezing rain and sleet, probably sleet by the afternoon in southeast Texas. It's going to be hard to get out of the mid-30s. The long-range model towards Tuesday a lot of those models have come into much better agreement. Look at that. They all say pretty much in the teens and highs near 40. So we'll go with 19 and 43. That's what we're looking at now. This is the coldest weather since January of 2018. So at this point, this is going to be a pipe buster. Save yourself some money and turn off your water or wrap your pipes. Roughly from Lumberton, Spurger, Votah, let's see, Cominale, Woodville, Jasper, Burkeville, Kirbyville, Buna. All you guys are going to see temperatures in the teens, the mid-teens. Then from around, say, Winnie, Beaumont, back into Mid-County, Vidor, Bridge City, probably Mauriceville, right at 15, 16 orange, looking at the upper teens. Port Arthur is going to be 19 or 20. This is going to be a record-breaking low on Tuesday morning. Already, we've got winter weather advisories up towards Angelina County and back over west of, I believe that's Grimes County. Yeah, that's Montgomery County, Grimes County for winter weather advisories for freezing, drizzle, and rain. So again, not expecting anything per se as far as freezing or sleet or anything like that through the weekend. So you've got 3 days. You're going to have a wet day tomorrow. 3 days to get ready for the potential for some power outages, and then followed by that record-breaking freezing temperatures coming up on Tuesday. That's the very latest. I hope you were able to get prepared with this. Do we have any questions?
We just got one so far. Someone's asking if Monday or Tuesday will be the coldest. as far as temps go?
Tuesday will be the coldest. Let me get to the 7-day. Tuesday morning, well, I back up. Monday will have the coldest high temperature, and that's going to be about 30 degrees below normal. We should be in the mid-60s. Then Tuesday morning, we're going to be about 25 degrees below normal. That'll be the coldest morning. And it's not going to feel like summer by Wednesday, still at 53. Any other questions?
Will we have snow?
No, I don't think so. And again, it's because of that profile. I'm going with freezing rain and sleet. With snow, you have freezing temperatures from the cloud layer all the way through the column, from the surface all the way to the cloud layer. There are no warm layers. See that? That's why those flakes are able to reach the ground. With sleet, the problem is we've got warmer above freezing temperatures from about 5 to 10,000 feet. That's what we're seeing in the modeling. And the same thing with freezing rain from around 2,000 to 10,000. It's too warm for these flakes to survive their trip through that above freezing layer down to the ground. So no snow. Well, it's mainly going to be freezing rain and sleet. May see a few flakes, can't rule that out, maybe up towards the lakes area, but generally freezing rain and sleet this time, unfortunately. And it's because of this warm, elevated layer. Any other questions?
People are asking if it's similar to the 97 storm.
It's similar. I don't think it's going to be quite as bad as the ice storm at this point. And I just showed you modeling is showing about a ½ an inch of ice. Okay, I'll go with a ½ an inch to maybe 3/4 of an inch. In 97, we had anywhere between 1/4 and 1.25 inches of freezing rain and ice. The thing about this one compared to 97 is that 97 was a 2 or 3 day event. It was spread out. This one is going to be about 18 hours and it's gone. So it'll start roughly around 12 a.m. Monday and then move out by Monday evening. Then we have what's on the ground because it's going to freeze as we head towards Tuesday morning. And until maybe Tuesday noonish, late morning, early afternoon, once we get above freezing, then that'll all melt and travel concerns will be less of a headache.
So that was one of the other questions about travel conditions.
Yeah, I think we're going to have some icy roads, especially on bridges and overpasses. They'll have to treat those. If we get, you get 1/4, ½ an inch of ice to come down, that's going to ice up bridges and overpasses. So yeah, it's going to be icy roads coming up on Monday and Tuesday. I don't think we'll see, really, between Monday and Tuesday, we may be closed down as far as any travel across Southeast Texas Monday and Tuesday. That's the worst case potential. But I think there'll be improvement by Wednesday, Tuesday afternoon and Wednesday, yeah, we'll be fine. But the weekend, most of the area should be fine as far as any traveling, but it's Monday night or Sunday night into Monday and Tuesday, we may not be able to get around here.
So you were saying the road conditions will start getting bad Monday morning?
12 a.m. Monday morning. That's a rough estimate right now. It may come a little earlier than what I think, but that's a reasonable estimate right now. Roughly late Sunday night, Monday morning, and then Monday evening, this all should move out. And what's on the bridges and overpasses is going to stay there because we're going to be at freezing all night long through Tuesday morning. And until we finally get above freezing Tuesday afternoon, that's going to stick around. Let's see. That's interesting. Yeah. Monday, we have freezing rain, sleet overnight. All that's on the ground sticks around because we're at 19 degrees. What time do we get travel conditions restored? Late morning, early afternoon, we get above freezing and that all starts to melt. Maybe early afternoon. So Monday is not a travel day, and probably Tuesday morning is not going to be a travel day around Southeast Texas if it occurs like what we think.
Any chance of losing power?
Yes. Any other questions?
Black ice? Is that
Yes.
a concern? All that?
Yes. 19 degrees, bridges and overpasses? Yeah. It's not going to be a way. It's Monday and Tuesday morning. We're not going to do a lot of traveling in Southeast Texas if this occurs like what we think. It could change in a heartbeat. You know that. But this is an educated assessment of the possibilities and what we think is going to occur. Not a guess, but an assessment.
Can you go over the things people should protect around their house?
Well, your pipes. That's the biggest thing right now. I think you need to wrap your pipes or plan to turn off the water. I live in Beaumont. I live on a slab. I'm turning my water off, and then I'm gonna empty the pipes. We're gonna get down to about 19. That's good enough for me. Plants. Let's see, what was it? There's been so many. 2009, 2010. We're going to lose bushes out of this, okay? So you need to cover any bushes that you want to save. Pets, bring them in. And people, be careful with space heaters and make sure your elderly friends have heat. What else?
Just some more of the repeat questions. People asking, how long will the cold be around?
Cold is going to be here. Let's see. Let's do it this way. I believe we'll see freezing temperatures most of the morning coming up on Monday and Tuesday. So the cold air is not, let me see if I can get this in here. I've got these other two graphics, and you probably have seen them. But the cold, if you're talking about anything less than 40, it's also very subjective. Anything below 50, well, the next 7 days, as far as low temperatures, are going to be the next 7 days. And this could be, again, Tuesday morning, 19, if we hit that. That's, 25 degrees below normal, should be in the mid-40s. Otherwise, as we head on in through the next 7 days, look at that. Every day through the next 7 days, we should be into the mid-60s, okay? We're 5, 10, 15, almost 20 degrees below normal coming up tomorrow. Do you see that? There's 20 degrees below normal. There's 25 degrees on Monday, actually 30 degrees below normal. Okay? So it's going to be around for a while. We've got a good 7 to 10 days below normal. Any other questions?
Some people asking about wind. Any damage from wind possibilities?
No. It's going to be windy, but not damaging winds. The issue coming up on Monday, we will have wind chills in the teens and 20s. We'll be around 30 degrees that morning, so that's going to be an issue across Southeast Texas. Any other questions?
Just some of the repeats of things you've answered.
Okay. Again, this is the latest modeling. It's showing about a ½ an inch of ice accumulation. That's good enough for icy roadways and good enough for power outages. And the good news out of this is that this, I don't think, is going to be a multi-day event. I think it's going to be 18 hours compared to what the horror stories that we all remember happened in January of '97. That was about a 3-day event. I don't think you're going to go that long without power if you lose it. Hopefully not. And that's because we expect temperatures to rise above freezing. Let me get to the 7-day forecast. We're going to get above freezing by Tuesday afternoon. That was not the case back in '97, and we could be in a sauna, a proverbial sauna, by Wednesday. Okay, so let's hopefully rest your fears. So again, there's going to be power outages and there's going to be icy roads, but after Tuesday morning, things should be improving as we get above freezing. Good. Hey, I hope I answered a lot of your questions, and we're hoping that this is a total bust as far as the forecast. I don't think it's going to be right now. I have pretty good confidence that we're going to see this, but we're going to be with you all the way through, and we're going to see you on the other side of this. But you need to make preparations for freezing, a hard freeze coming up Tuesday morning. And again, we'll see you at 12 on 12 News tonight at 10 o'clock. Stay safe and take care.